There isn't a day that goes by that we don't get books coming through the post. So Amazon Prime has been, they've been raking it in quite recently. Hey guys, it's a new tax year and today we want to do something a little different, something we've not done in this channel before. Today I want to walk you through how I budget my 49k annual income on a monthly basis, step by step. That's right, you're going to get the full deets of how we spend every pound of income. I am going to be showing you the Budget for Life spreadsheet. That's the exact same spreadsheet that we use to do our family budgeting, and it's going to be made available to you at a super discounted rate. Guys, to make this super fun, we'd like to get some of your reactions. Let us know in the comments and let us know your thoughts on our expenses. And just to clarify, to make this video super easy, all the costs you're going to see have been halved because Ken and I both earn and our money comes into one pot. Also, I just wanted to mention, which is a very important point, the numbers that you are about to see are very unique to us given the stage of the money journey that we are currently at. But we think this will be super helpful for you as a guide to how you can allocate your income as well. Because it's not how much you make that determines whether you have a good financial plan, but how you allocate it. My current income is 49k based on the amount of money we are happy to withdraw from the business at the moment. Our business makes a multiple six-figure income, but given the relatively low expenses that we have as a family, we're happy with the level of income that I am taking out of the business at the moment, but that could increase and that could decrease depending on our situation. Everything from food to big spends like holidays, to investing, to personal care, to home living costs, we're going to be covering it all. And guys, show our channel some love. If you feel that this video is going to help somebody, please share, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hey guys, so welcome to the Budget for Life spreadsheet. So I am currently in the income tab, and as I explained, I'm a director of the company. My 49k is made up of salary and dividends. So the salary works out to £9,540 a year. My dividends works out to £40,440. My salary is below the tax-free allowance, so I don't get taxed on that, but I do get taxed on the dividends, which I have noted in the spreadsheet in my expenses section. So guys, chances are if you're watching this video and you follow our channel, you're either making plans towards having multiple streams of income or you already have them. So we've got you covered. We have various tabs here for your various streams of income. You know, if you're making money on one stream, we have a section for you to note that down. Okay, so let's move on to the expenses. Okay, so we have a total of 14 categories that the expenses falls into. And those categories are savings and investments, giving, charitable donations, insurance costs, home living costs, transport costs, debt and credit card payoffs, family living costs, food and social life costs, healthy living, education and development, clothing, taxes, big spends and celebrations, and fun and experiences. So let's go through each category. So the majority of my income allocation goes towards, you guessed it, savings and investments. A total of £1,000 goes into my personal investments in stocks and shares ISA. And also we have a junior savings ISA for each of our boys, and £250 goes towards that every month, making a total of £1,250 for savings and investments. So the next category is giving and charitable donations. So a big part of our life is that we've always tithed part of our money, 10%, and which is very important to us, something that we've always done and we continue to do. And we also give to certain charitable causes as well that mean something to us. And that totals to £427 a month. Again, this is our budget. Sometimes it's more, depending on the situation. Next is the insurance costs. So for our home insurance, it's £10. Life insurance is £29. Pet insurance is a big fat 0 because Ken is very anti-pets for now. things might change. Travel insurance is £4. And then we have various other costs. Moving on to home and living costs. If you've been following our channel for a while, you will know that we paid off our mortgage in 7 years. Yes, that's right. We are currently in a mortgage-free home. And so for that section, we've allocated £0. However, we still have to pay some bills towards our house, such as council tax, which works out to £110. Gas is £70. And guys, just to point out, our electricity cost, which is £50, also includes the running of our car. So we have a full electric car and we charge the car at our home. So that obviously increases the amount that we pay in electricity on a monthly basis. Guys, it's worth reminding you that all the costs that you can see here have been halved already because Ken and I both contribute to one pot. Okay, so for water, we've allocated £17. Cleaning is £60. Yes, we have a cleaner and it's one of the best investments we have made. Please believe it's a big help. Guys, just to explain, where you can see all these expenses already inputted is where you put what you want to budget for each section. On the right hand side here, where you've got weekly, monthly and annually in total, that is where your actual costs will go. At the start of the month, you put expected in this column, and at the end of the month, you put your actuals in this section line by line. We have allocated £20 towards our internet because we pay for super fast internet broadband. Home landline, who still does landline? Do you still have a landline phone? That's so dated. Anyway, so that's a big fat £0. TV license, standard mobile phones is £35. Ken's is much lower. I recently got a new phone about 2 years ago, so I'm still paying for that. And then you have various other costs which you can input and you can amend according to whatever it is your expenses are for that month. Now the transportation costs. Okay, so petrol, diesel is £0. If some of you have watched our previous video on how we drive an electric car, you will see that we bought an electric car in 2017. I started driving into work and I also started to drive my children to school, which is about a 20-minute drive. And at the time we needed to get a new car and change from an Audi. It made so much sense economically and also environmentally to switch to an electric car. And it has been one of the best investments we have made, as in it has saved us so much money. Not having to pay for diesel, not having to pay for car tax. We also get certain freebies such as parking in London in certain areas because we have an electric car. It has been a game changer and one of the reasons we have such a high saving rate. Plus the car is 100% paid off. So yeah, we are very happy. Never know, we might get the itch to change our car. We've got our eye on a Tesla. Like, who has a Tesla? Let us know in the comments below, how is it for you? Because currently we're not really enjoying the range at the moment on our car. But anyway, that's another story for later. For rail fare, we've currently budgeted £20 a month. That is just for one trip into London. We run an online business and so we don't really need to travel into London at all, but for if we're maybe going out to meet somebody, or yeah, it usually works out to be just one trip into London, maybe once a month, if that. Bus fare, we don't really do bus. Like I say, we drive everywhere, and if we don't, then it will be the one-off rail fare or the one-off taxi. Parking costs, we've allocated £20 to that. We sometimes drive into London or wherever we're going. So for car maintenance, which includes service and MOT, we've allocated £11 to that. Breakdown cost is already included in the service, and so that's why we've allocated £0 for that. Car insurance is £23. Car tax, as I mentioned, because we drive an electric car, we don't have to pay any car tax. So that totals to £74 a month. Next, we move on to debts and credit card payoffs. And as you can see, it's a big fat £0 because we do not believe in debt. And if we do use our credit card, we are very quick in paying it off fast. Like, we're not trying to pay any interest. Moving on to family living costs. So for childcare, we've currently got £0. However, for play schemes works out to be £12. It's quite low because during the summer holidays, during the Easter holidays, the children are usually at home with us and we tend to do things as a family, or they spend time with their cousins or their cousins comes to us. So just to clarify, that £12 is actually pro rata. We only actually incur those costs like in the summer or in the Easter, but if you work it out monthly, it works out to be £12 a month. School trips, the boys tend to go on school trips like once a term minimum, so that averages to be around £8 a month. Breakfast and after school clubs, again, the boys don't really do this, but if they do, it's very rare, so we've allocated £3 for that. And I have to keep reminding you guys, these are half the costs between myself and Ken. So guys, we have allocated £55 for the clubs for the children, and that includes various things such as music lessons, the boys do violin, and also extracurricular activities that they do at school, after school, such as football, karate, and various other clubs and activities I can't really think of for the top of my head. Pocket money, we've allocated around £15 a month for the children. Just moving swiftly on to section 8, which is food and social life costs. For the food shopping, guys, we have budgeted £65 a month. Some of you will have seen our video on how we live well on £50 a week food budget. However, being in lockdown and myself working at home, Ken working from home, and the boys sometimes being at home, we have now increased our budget because Ken loves to snack. No, I'm joking. Like, we just make allowances for the extra food that we need at home and the extra snacks that we need to get through the day. But sometimes it is actually more than £65, and sometimes we actually spend less than £65, but we budgeted £65 for it regardless. Nights out, we budgeted £17. Meals out and takeaways, we have budgeted £18 a month. We worked out that we get Deliveroo or Just Eat around once every 3 weeks. If that, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but it's usually less. Today, we have ordered some Indian because, after a long day of work, we need a treat every now and again. So we've definitely budgeted for meals out and takeaways. Guys, let me know in the comment section, what does your budget look like for takeaways? Is it more than us? Is it less? Like, let us know in the comments. How often do you order takeaway? How often do you go to Deliveroo and Just Eat? Let us know. Lunches is a big fat zero because, as you know, we work from home. Snacks, zero, that's included in our food budget. Drinks, well, we don't drink any alcohol, so that's zero. That totals to £99 per month. Moving on to healthy living. So gym memberships, we've got zero because we exercise from home and Ken and I like to go for runs. Beauty treatments is £5. Guys, I realize that I really need an upgrade. I need to level up on my skincare. So let me know in the comments, like, what do you spend your money on in terms of skincare and beauty? Like, what brands do you recommend? Like the serums, the SPF creams, like for black skin. Let me know in the comments because I need to definitely level up for sure. £5, that is really, really, really low. Anyway, moving on to dental treatments and checkups, that's £5. We're quite good. We make sure that we get our dental checkups on a regular basis. Haircuts and hair care is £23. It's much lower because my sister runs a salon, so I tend to go there, and we make a huge savings because of that. Private and healthcare insurance, we've allocated £67 to that, totaling £100. Moving on to education and development. Okay, so school fees for children is £750. I say that this is the biggest part of the allocation that goes towards education and development, but it is a major investment, something that we are happy to invest in. It's basically our children's future. And it's just a preference for us, something that we are happy to invest in. So the personal development courses is that we are part of some memberships. We are quite big on personal development, as you will know from watching of some videos on our channels. So that's something that we like to make sure that we allocate a sufficient amount of money towards. Books and magazines, we've allocated £40 to that, as in, I've said before, Ken is literally ordering a book every week. I think it's even 2 books a week. Literally, there isn't a day that goes by that we don't get books coming through the post. So Amazon Prime has been, they've been raking it in quite recently. So the total cost towards education and development is £827. Right, now moving on to clothing. Again, this is quite low, £6 a month. Like, this is really, really low. I don't really buy that much clothes, and I think some of the clothes that we get it for the business. So the business covers that cost, which is why we've allocated 0 to that. But we've also got £10 for casual clothing and shopping. It's usually less than that, but we've just allocated £10 towards that, totaling £16 per month. Moving on to taxes. As I said, I'm a director of the company, so I get paid salary and dividends. And for my dividends, I get taxed £217 per month on my dividends. So £217 is just an estimate of what I think that I'll be spending. We just move that into a separate account so that when I do have to pay at the end of the year, we're not just hit with a surprise. We already have the money set aside for taxes. Next, moving on to the big spends and celebrations. So things like summer holidays. Yeah, we don't spend a lot, but I think a lot of our money goes towards holidays because we work hard and we believe that life is all about balance and working hard and having fun. So we tend to do one big summer holiday a year. That works out to £208 a month, but we tend to spend around £5,000 for like a big holiday in the year. And then we have a winter holiday, which we've allocated £63 per month, but it tends to be around £1,500 that we'll spend on that holiday. And then we have like city breaks, which we've allocated another £1,500, but pro rata, that works out to be £63 per month. Altogether, we've allocated £8,000 towards holidays in a year. Okay, so moving on to adult birthdays, we've allocated £42, kids' birthdays, £25, and that comes to a grand total of £400 per month. Next is fun and experiences. So this is probably going to shoot up in the next coming months because we have been at home for a long time. And yeah, we just want to change up our environment and mix it up a bit. So for TV subscriptions, we have 0. Other subscriptions, we pay for Amazon Prime and we've allocated £3 per month for that. Okay, next we have festivals and theatre and cinema. We are quite big on theatre and we tend to go maybe like once every 4 or 5 months. And so that's why pro rata, we have allocated £8 per month for that. Remember, this is pro rata and we have split the cost. All the numbers that you see here have been halved. So music and films, we've allocated £4, date nights, £50. We tend to do date nights like twice a month. And so when we do, we spend about £100 each time, which when split between the both of us, £50, making a grand total of £75 per month for fun and experiences. So guys, that's it. When we add it all up, my total expenses is £4,113, which is actually below my monthly income. Yay! So we have a buffer of £52 for that month, but typically we don't always spend on these various categories. So sometimes our buffer is actually more than that, sometimes less, but it's usually more. Okay guys, so moving on to the budget summary and chart. Here you can see on the monthly expected all of the expenses that I entered in the previous tab, and on the right hand side where you can see the difference column, you can see that we are within budget for each section. If we're not within budget and we've gone over, instead of it being green, this section here will be red. So that will be like a red flag for us to check our allocation and adjust it accordingly. Have a look at this end column, expenses by percentage. You would see it's quite interesting, but not surprising, that the large majority of our income is allocated towards savings and investments. 30% goes towards savings and investments annually, followed by educational and development costs of 20%. So that makes up the bulk of our income expenses in the year, something that, is very important to us. So this works out to 50%, guys. 50% of my annual income goes towards savings and investments and personal development and education. What are yours? Are they similar? Are they quite different? Let us know in the comments section. The next high percentage of our annual expenses goes towards total home expenses at 11%, followed by giving, tithes and offerings at 10%, and also big spends and celebrations at 10%. As much as it's important to have financial planning goals, it's always important to allocate enough to spending and having fun. Life is all about balance. Like, you get the drift. I don't need to mention it. Have fun along the way. And by the way, guys, as mentioned, we have a section for your actuals. And so you can go back at the end of the month to your spreadsheet, and in your expenses section, say, let's choose, I don't know, phone costs, for example. So let me try and find that. So in the actuals tab, say maybe one of my boys got hold of a mobile phone and they decided to call one of their friends or their cousins in Nigeria, and we raked up £500. This is just for demonstration purposes. If you go back to the budget summary and chart, you would see how this pie chart is populated. And here you'll see that the difference is highlighted in red because we've spent more than what we allocated for that section for the month. So just to show you how it works, if I populated the other actuals sections, for example, investments, actuals, tithes, let's say we did 417, and then we go back to the summary and chart, you will see that it has updated and you can see the allocation for each of the income sections within the pie chart. So guys, moving on to the last tab, which is the verdict, you will see how your actuals performed against your actual budgeted numbers. So we entered in some hypothetical numbers, which is why you can see red in the numbers, and you have a little kind message that's just letting you know that you're living above your means and you need to take serious action. You have a little key here. If the numbers are green, then you know that you're doing great, fabulous, keep the work up. But if it's red, like I said, it's a cause for concern and you need to review your budget. Luckily for us, our numbers are always in the green, and the actuals usually is close to our total income expenses anyway. So there usually isn't much of a difference, if at all. We always end up with a surplus. So guys, if you think that this Budget for Life spreadsheet will be of use to you, then feel free to check it in the link below and get it at a super discounted price whilst it's still there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what part of our expenses in the budget stood out to you. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and as always, in all things, be thankful and seek joy. Take care and bye for now.